Hey guys, it's Dan the Mushroom Man. Just wanted to remind you that if you donate to those Facebook stars, all those donations will go to Fungi and Friends school program at Great River Mushrooms and Herbal. In that school program, where we bring hands-on skills into the classroom to children and teach them about the fungi kingdom and the knowledge to grow those mushrooms. Again, learn more at the website greatrivermushrooms.com, folks. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan the Mushroom Man, and it's the first episode of my Mushroom Lounge show. So something we're going to start doing a little bit more now. And it's a show where we're actually going to sit around and talk about mushrooms and give away some mushrooms. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hit those love, like, reaction buttons, and let's get a giveaway going here. Appreciate you guys coming in. Today is Thursday, March 7th. And if you don't know me, I'm Dan, Mushroom Man with Great River Mushrooms and Herbal in Quincy, Illinois. What's going on, Karen? How you doing tonight? And I'm going to give away the button I meant to press. There we go. I'm going to give away a bottle of Lion's Mane. And I really like giving away these bottles because every time I get them to somebody, they become more familiar with what this stuff does. And tonight we're going to give away another bottle. So let's get that up here real quick. Go. How's everybody doing tonight? There we go, Lion's Mane. We'll give away a bottle of Lion's Mane, so hit that Lion's Mane hashtag. We're going to talk a little bit about Lion's Mane. We're going to smoke a little cannabis, and I need to do a little bit more sharing. What's going on, Tasha? How you doing? I hope you guys, if you saw my intro, hope you liked it. I liked it as well. I made kind of an intro just for this show. And again, the Mushroom Lounge is kind of a show I had 4 or 5 months ago, and I did a few episodes, but we more or less talked about psychedelics only. This is going to be more about gourmet mushrooms as well as psychedelics, so we're kind of going to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. But let me get a couple more of them shares out. And please share out as well. Hit that like, love, reaction button. Let's educate people about mushrooms and have a good time doing it. And I think just need a couple more shares. But it's actually this week I just started my new job. I know a lot of you saw. I'm the project manager at Right Rate Roofing, and it's been an interesting week learning. And but we had 3 rain days, so it's kind of been a slow week, but it was a good week. Got more places to share. Like I said, I'm just sharing out a few more. Hit that Lion's Mane hashtag. I'm gonna give away a bottle of Lion's Mane. I'm probably one of the only shows that really gives away stuff that's good for your body. I mean, besides cannabis products, but I like to give away stuff that will benefit you. And this is the Lion's Mane, which is a neurotropic mushroom, which is really, really good for your brain. And I'll kind of talk about it here as the show goes on. But hit that hashtag, please. What's going on, Lisa May? How you doing? Susan Bryan, how you doing as well? Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for the tag as well. I think a couple more shares here. There we go. But I know a lot of you did. If you've bought the Lion's Mane from me in the last week, you've probably got one of the new brochures that we just made. And here's kind of one of them in the flat. So this is really going to explain the benefits of Lion's Mane, and I really tried to educate people on what they're getting, so you can kind of know what to expect when you take the Lion's Mane. And it really went into detail a lot too about what's in it. You can literally see the bioactive compounds. I have them listed. I have the benefits, the prices, and we kind of have our set prices here as well. These are going to be our set prices with our Lion's Mane and our Turky Tail. So they're going to be $13 for 60 capsules and $120 for 25. Yeah. Right now they're on sale for $24. So go check out the Great River Mushrooms website. The 120 capsule lion's mane are on sale for $24, and you're not really going to find anything cheaper than that on the internet. Honestly, that are you know what you're getting, you know, from a trusted person, as well as getting educated too. So you're going to get this pamphlet with it, and it's really going to explain to you in detail and kind of show you the science, you know, of what you're getting. Because a lot of times they may be like, well, it treats anxiety and depression, and you're like, how? But it actually does it by influencing the stimulating nerve growth factor, which is our NGF in our body, which is kind of a more complex thing, but kind of explains it in a little more detail of how it affects things in our body. What's going on, Christina? How you doing tonight? But I know a lot of people have been taking it, and I've seen a lot of different people also saying it's good for your gut health. And, it is because I have gut health issues, and it's really good for digestive issues, or if you have like ulcers as well. But really kind of go in the explanation of the Alzheimer's, how it treats that, how it treats the enhanced brain and memory function, which is it's gonna really help your recall, focus, and attention. And I know a lot of you, if you guys watch Ohio 420, you can hear firsthand from him how it's really benefited him, helping him with his ADHD problems. I kind of have too, when you kind of have too much on your mind and you really can't focus on one thing. Which I either have two issues. I'm either hyper focused or I have a lack of focus, and finding that in between is kind of hard, especially when you have a mental illness like bipolar, like I do. Awesome, finishing up the work shift. I got off a little early today because it rained. Well, there was a chance of rain, and so I work for a roofing company now, and as you know, and you can't work when it rains, so. It's kind of good that it is a salary position as well for these instances where we have 3 rain days. You know, I still can count on that income. So I really like having that aspect of the job. And I like that from the beginning, the fact that, you know, you can count on income. But we have a rain day again tomorrow. So I have the first week of my job, you know, we have 3 rain days, but we were able to finish a job, as you can see on my profile, that picture I posted of that awesome roof. But I know a huge portion of us are dealing with the rain. Hope you guys are staying dry. I know there's not supposed to be any tornadoes or anything, but there is supposed to be a little thunder, so, and a little bit of heavy rain in some areas. But again, I was really, really good for recall, focus, and attention. I actually just took mine an hour or 20 minutes ago, and I usually take it in the morning, but maybe my focus would be a little better by now. Also treats Alzheimer's disease, and really Alzheimer's, and they found this out about 20 years ago. There's actually this film that builds on our brain as we age. Sometimes it's done as natural process of aging, or by the things that we eat or how we treat our body. It's called amyloid beta, and it actually builds up on our brain and causes the brain to kind of slow down. And I believe this is also a condition of MS. I'm not sure, but I know MS has familiar things that happen to it. And so it really helps. It really helps fight those brain plaques that are associated with this. I know that cannabis also does as well. So cannabis apparently builds its own film over the brain, which actually helps protect it from Alzheimer's. Do you get on the roof? Yes, I do. So I have to. Basically, my job is just to take pictures, and I kind of coordinate with the customer, talk to the customer, and make sure the crew's putting the roof on correctly. So that does include getting on the roof too, and but I don't have to do any of the labor, and they do tear off, clean up, and install, and I kind of just make sure they do it all correctly. But thank you guys for joining me tonight as well. I've been wanting to do this mushroom lounge for about a week now, but I haven't had time, so this is the first episode. And we'll kind of throw it out here and there. It's not something I have going to be planned, but just if you're talking about mushrooms, I may go into the mushroom lounge or my mushroom lab as well. But we have a lot of updates coming into my business. I've been kind of waiting to start this job so I could have more income and actually use some of this income to invest into my mushroom business. So there's going to be a lot of changes there as well. My equipment that I use and how I actually grow my mushrooms, how I actually produce all the products that I make. So you may see differences in some of the product labels, or you may see differences in the more products that I am able to offer now. So basically, I'm building a new lab that's actually right below me in a bedroom that's right by my garden, my mushroom garden. And the lab is really going to allow me to do a lot more in my business, in the mushroom business, and actually growing more different types of mushrooms. So I'm really excited about that because it's going to be a lot of better upgraded equipment for me to actually, produce these mushrooms. So I'm going to do a little bit more tagging here because everybody likes this lion's mane. So let me do tag everybody in here. I hope everybody's having a great day. I know as I said, the sun's not been out most of the day because a lot of us are seeing rain in the northern Midwest. And please tag some people in as well if you'd like to. There we go. I'm trying to find a specific person. But I know if you've asked to try the lion's mane, shoot me a comment in the comments too. Tell me how it's actually helped you. I actually love hearing how the lion's mane helps people and how they've had an issue for years of their life, and they actually take the lion's mane and they have a profound effect. I had one guy who came to my farmer's market and told me how he has gut issues, and he had tried about 6 different prescriptions, and for about 4 years have been trying to figure out ways to fight back this digestive issue. He basically had a form of IBS, and the lion's mane, he said that 2 days after he took it, he started seeing symptoms of this whatever he had go down. So that tells you how powerful lion's mane actually is. That it is more powerful than a lot of prescriptions out there. And I love hearing stories about how it helps you do that. There we go. Tag a few more people in here. Once again, hit that lion's mane. There's only 7 people in here. 7 people in the giveaway. Hit that lion's mane hashtag and get some of that lion's mane. We got 120 caps. We're going to give away a 60 capsule bottle here. And again, if you're go to the website, we have that 120 capsule bottle on sale right now for $24. So also, our upgrades and equipment are also going to allow us to be more competitive. You're going to see a lot more specials on a lot of our products. I'll be able to offer, because with equipment upgrades it makes it easier to do a lot of stuff that I do, which can save costs down the road. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? Oh, Mike, you're already in here. I just tagged you in here, but I guess you were already here. So. I was wondering where Ross is. Maybe everybody's taking a nap because honestly, when it started raining today and it was like kind of cool, I kind of wanted to take a nap too. Which, I could have. What's everybody smoking on today? I got a little bit. I just harvested some Turple, and it's actually really good. I like it a lot. It kind of smells like blueberry muffin by Humboldt, but it has a little bit more of a sweet smell to it than blueberry. So it smells really good. A little bit. It's got a lot of red hairs on it, as you can see. Well, orangey red hairs. They're really long too. Really sticky too. You got to use a grinder. A nice dab nap. Man, it's been such a productive day. I've worked, that roofing job. I always say when you work harder, I always feel like I work more efficiently in life, because your body reacts to more movement. The more you move, the more you want to keep moving in a way. So this last few days have really helped a lot with that. Although I kind of had some food poisoning. It was Tuesday night. I got off of work and I had worked a 12-hour day and I was kind of exhausted, but one of the roofing guys had bought McChicken for me and I just ate it. And I went home, and 2 hours later, I was profusely vomiting for about 45 minutes. And it was kind of scary because I'd never thrown up that much. And right after it happened, I felt a lot better, although I was dehydrated. But man, it had to be the food. It was my only explanation to actually feel that sick, and then an hour later feel completely fine, and just dehydrated. But now we're to Thursday, and I'm feeling a lot better now. And in 48 hours, so whatever it was, it's passed completely. And don't eat McChickens anyway; they're nasty. Like, I should not have eaten that. Yeah, Brian, roofs are expensive. That's the truth. One of the most expensive things on your house. But I also have another. I have a hernia in my back in 2019, and I have issues where I kind of feel a slight bulge again. And I've the last week, it's felt like it was borderline starting to bulge again. And I took 3 aspirin or 3 ibuprofen yesterday, and I feel so much better. I feel my gut inflammation's gone down just from 3 ibuprofen. I haven't taken any more since, but maybe my body just needed to be reduced, reduce that inflammation before I could get any better. But man, my back feels so much better today. My gut feels so much better. I obviously am allergic to something, and I need to figure out what exactly that food is. But I know that it's dairy, and I know that there are some forms of fruit that are definitely inflaming my gut and then aggravating my spine injury that I've had years ago. Because a lot of people can associate, I may have a slight spine issue, but it doesn't hurt unless my gut is inflamed. So your small intestines will get inflamed just because you're having an allergic reaction to some kind of food you're eating, and actually press on your spine, and it can appear like you may have a back injury, but you actually have an allergic reaction to food. And I know a lot of people confuse the two, and in fact, I do as well. There are days where I kind of like, is that a muscle injury, or is my gut really inflamed? So I still have to learn what exactly food is causing my gut to get so inflamed that it gets to the point like it did on Tuesday. But I have my suspicions. But I know that they have tests, and I've been told about them where you can mail in your blood or urine, and you mail it off to this company, and they'll mail you back a very detailed report about everything that you're allergic to. And it'll be very intriguing to find that out. And it'll tell you how allergic you are. So some things were some things were slightly allergic to, and some things were a lot more allergic to. People get really confused about what an allergic reaction is, because they associate, like, we all experience pain as we get older, but that may actually be an allergic reaction. The pain that you have is you may associate to aging, but it actually may be some form of food intolerance. Because when your gut gets inflamed, everything else kind of pushes together inside your body, and when you're in a smaller space, and obviously pain's going to be a little more profound. So always look into gut inflammation as you get older, and you may actually have an allergic reaction. And I found that interesting, and I found it out in the Today. I was watching the Today Show last week. They were talking about the host had actually done the sample, mailed it off to the company, and the company came on and talked about their sample. And two of the women were actually allergic to something that they ate every single day. And so that was very interesting. And a lot of times you can actually get over an intolerance of food by backing off of it for a while. Like you have an intolerance to eggs. If you back off eggs for a few months, usually you can go back to eating them down the road. It is interesting. You got to take care of that body when you're young. Smoking some banana red. Well, John, my mind, the bipolar mind, if literally when I see anything in life, that anything that I ever find or approach in life, and I don't know the answer to, I look it up, and that's where I spend my time, wasting my time on my phone. Sometimes is literally Google searching something random and learning, and then it kind of sticks in my mind. And so my mind is really literally full of some of the most worthless, useless knowledge in the world, but sometimes it comes into play if you're ever at trivia night. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels. My documentaries are one of my favorites. I don't, although I've been getting into Breaking Bad again. Breaking Bad's just an awesome show, and I've watched it about 5 years ago. But I like revisiting a show after you've matured through life. 5-10 years later, watch a show again and see how you react to it. Found some turkey tail in your backyard, Moss. Yep, the turkey tail is definitely one of the things that you'll find a lot in the Midwest. It survives in about any kind of weather. Did you send some pictures to me? I didn't check my messages since I went live. So. Where'd you send the pictures to, man? I don't see any pictures. You say you sent pictures to me? Oh, you didn't see them. I thought you meant you sent them to me. Sorry. Let me look at your Facebook. Oh, now you sent them to me. Now I see. They have some little small turkey tails popping up on them on that wood. Yep, you can even see the mycelium on the wood. So that right here in the middle is actually the mycelium, and it actually is growing out of the mycelium. So the mycelium, where's my finger? That mycelium right there is actually the part that's actually feeding the mushroom. It's really interesting. So the mycelium sucking the nutrients out of the wood, growing it into a mushroom. So that's a good picture. You can usually you can't see the mycelium, but it was actually on top of the wood. So, but that wood has definitely deteriorated pretty well. So there's always two parts of the organism to mushrooms. You got the mushroom, and then you have the mycelium. Typically, out in the woods, you can't see both of them at once. Now, if it's actually devoured part of the wood, you'll see it as a white substance, and it will actually eventually eat the mushroom. So mushrooms will eat themselves over time. So once the spores have been released, the mycelium will re-eat the mushroom and reuse the mushroom's nutrients. So it's really interesting because that it eats itself. It's cannibalistic, but that's what it does. That's the way they operate. They eat anything organic, even themselves. Although turkey tails do not really do that, those are more oyster species. Turkey tails are really one of the mushrooms that kind of take years to grow, and they get bigger every year. But they are beautiful. How you doing, Gabriel? Hope everybody's having a wonderful time, wonderful night. Hit that Lion's Mane hashtag too. And this is my first episode of the Mushroom Lounge as well. It's kind of be a show where we kind of talk about mushrooms, and there won't be any set time. I'll just randomly have it. But we'll get a lot more interesting and maybe get some guests and actually have people talk about Lion's Mane or Reishi, or I'll actually explain how we make it. Because I am getting some new equipment in, and it's kind of going to change the way that I do things here. So we'll probably do some videos on that as well to actually show the process of upgrading my mushroom facility as we go along here this year. Because I'm excited about it. A lot of men build man caves. I'm building a man lab. So it's going to be pretty awesome, and it's literally a dream I had when I started growing mushrooms. I'm like, well, wouldn't this be awesome just to have a state-of-the-art room where you can do anything you wanted with biology of mushroom, and that's what I'm doing. And honestly, I never even did it to ever turn a profit. It was more of a hobby that's turned into a way more serious hobby. You're going to be spending thousands of dollars for your hobby. But I guess we all do when we grow cannabis, but mushrooms is kind of even more hardcore because the equipment gets even more expensive. As you get bigger, it gets more expensive. So. But as you get bigger, you get better at doing it, and you get more customers. And I really want to hit bigger markets, and that's my goal. And to do that, I have to grow more mushrooms. I have really stuck to doing that lately, and I really have. And I kind of blame that on some of my equipment. I blame it on the fact that now I'm kind of busy with my job, and I had some failures that happened in December with some equipment that kind of cost me some money as well. We are changing things around here to grow more mushrooms because I feel kind of bad when I go to the farmer's market. I don't have mushrooms, but a lot of people don't know that I actually sell a lot of herbal medicine as well. And the online community has definitely helped that. You guys are awesome as well. And the website shows that. We've had a lot of visitors. And it keeps track of all that. And I'm ready to get into bigger markets. I'm ready in 3 weeks. We have a mushroom class going up in Home, Illinois. That's an hour away from me, so it's really going to help me get my name out to a bigger area, which I have not really done much of. So, like I said, this year is the year where we kind of go from hey, we're a small-time mushroom farmer to people are going to start knowing who Great River Mushrooms is. So it's kind of worked that way with the local community, but I've kind of always wanted to grow. My area I always consider is Quincy to Springfield, Illinois, up to Bloomington, Iowa, down to St. Louis. And those areas really need people who grow mushrooms because there's not really anybody else. And so there's a huge market area and really opportunity in those areas. And we have a lot of opportunities to get into grocery stores too. So that's another thing. A lot of the mushroom soup that we offer is a very popular product. And the goal with our mushroom soup brand is to get it in the grocery stores. Again, that's probably not up to 2025 really more goal there because I need to kind of have a commercial set up in order for them to be, grocery store to be happy with doing that. And we're kind of in the works with that. My light is flickering all of a sudden. There we go. And I have an opportunity coming that we might be able to get into a commercial kitchen here this year. So see what happens with that opportunity. What's going on, Candy Grammy? How you doing tonight? Got those staples last. Hey, what's going on, Michael Bourne? How you doing? Pretty good. I'm doing good myself. Doris, how you doing tonight? These fucks, don't forget to hit the love-like reaction button. Load your bowl up a little bit and hit that Lion's Mane hashtag. And come in and chill and talk about a little bit about mushrooms. Like I said, anybody who has bought my Lion's Mane mushrooms ready, you're welcome to share in the comments how it's really helped you. And I really am really excited to incorporate my 3 capsule that will be coming soon. We're going to incorporate Reishi, Turky Tail, and Lion's Mane. I've been doing a little experimenting with my own body, and there's 100% an effect when you mix these mushrooms together and you take them kind of as one. There's a lot more profound effect. So I'm really excited about that and introducing those to people and having them even get more out of these mushroom supplements. It's kind of like CBD and CBG. I can't remember the word right now, but it's an effect that when you take 2 cannabinoids together, they kind of help each other and they make each one of them stronger. So I can't remember what that effect's called, but mushrooms kind of work the same way. When you take them together, they work in harmony inside of your body to have an effect. Hello, everybody. Hello, you beautiful people. Let me get that actually bigger on the screen. There we go. Hey, Dwayne, what's going on, bro? Dwayne Rose, how you doing? And I didn't show you the back of the pamphlet too because I kind of got blabbing off about what the mushrooms did for you. Let me pop that back up here again. But this is actually the other side of the pamphlet too. So you're going to get, I kind of talk about how to order straight from the website. We offer free local delivery and free local pickup. So if you live in the Quincy, Illinois area, you don't have to pay shipping. I have a local pickup place because I do not have a storefront, so it makes it really convenient. You can pick up at the location at your own time, and I actually have a safe on scene where if you pay with cash, you can leave the cash inside of the safe. So we kind of have a whole system set up where you can actually order at any time, and you don't have to find me at a farmer's market. And we do local delivery as well, and I've done that probably about a dozen times now, delivered straight to somebody's house. And I usually deliver within that one day or next day. So sometimes you got to give me a little, depends on when you order for me to deliver it. Awesome brochure, and we're going to have this for every product. So this is the one for the lion's mane. And here's what it actually looks like folded up. So you're going to get the brochure like this. Great river mushrooms and herbal. Really professional looking. I really like it. I made this myself with an app called Canva. Saves you a lot of money when you make it yourself. And I definitely invite people to go download that Canva app. I know it's kind of pricey. It's $14 a month, but for the things it does for my business, it's well worth it. Yeah, Canva app made this awesome brochure for me, and typed in the information and want to put the layout out, and it turned out awesome. So we're gonna have one for Turky Tail. We'll have one for our Reishi when we actually introduce that in next week probably. We're gonna have some Reishi capsules coming too, and like I said, once we get more equipment, because I actually have to buy the mixing, like the machine that actually mixes the capsules powder together. Once we do a 3 blend, because we obviously if you mix 3 blends, you want them to all be blended efficiently, and so you don't get one straight to the other. But we'll eventually have a 3 capsule, one capsule that'll have 3 different kinds of mushrooms in it, and it'll probably be about 180 milligrams of each mushroom. So if you take about 4 or 5 of them, you'll actually have more of your daily dose of each mushroom. Your daily dose of any kind of mushroom is usually about 1,000 milligrams. That's really where you're going to see a really good effect, your medical benefits. So always remember that 1,000 milligrams is about your average dose for your normal human. Obviously, if you're a smaller woman or man, take a little bit less. If you have a little bit more weight, you may go above that. Or if you have a faster metabolism, like I do, I take 1,500 milligrams of lion's mane a day, just because I have a faster metabolism, and it seems to be a better fit for me. What's going on, Courtney? How you doing? Nice is always nice. Thanks for the tag, guys. Don't forget that lion's mane hashtag, as well as hit that like, love, reaction button. Even if a lot of people do watch these afterwards, and I just, trying to educate people on mushrooms, and that's why I'm here. That's why I feel like my purpose is, even though I'm now working for a roofing company, my passion still is in, what I'm doing here. Don't think that because I posted the thing about the roofing company today, that I'm slowly going to fade away from what I'm doing, because I'm just going to get even more involved now that I have, more funds to fund my business. So you got to spend money to make money, as they say, and especially in the mushroom commercial business, you got to spend more money to make more money. And I'm excited about those equipment upgrades as well as housing upgrades. So I have to kind of upgrade this bedroom downstairs. It's going to need a new floor. I have to fix a little bit of a foundation issue I have on the outside of the wall, just to make sure we get no leaks. And then we're gonna have to put new lighting and painting and some other upgrades. It's gonna take some time before we actually can put equipment in there. And like I said, hoping by August, see how the fund situation goes. I got a truck for sale too. That'll help fund that. So anybody needs a truck, I got a daily driver truck. It's ready to go if you're looking to get into construction. I just don't need it anymore because my job comes with the production. So I have that actually posted on the marketplace, but I don't have it posted on my profile. But yeah, we have a truck for sale, listed at $29.50 right now, 215,000 miles, 2000 Chevy, 2500 heavy duty, six liter truck. So pretty powerful. My brother actually bought it from him, and he just drove it to Vegas 5 years ago. So it's a really dependable truck. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate it. You have a great crew. I am maybe I got lucky. Maybe the universe returned something to me that I landed this job. It kind of fell into my lap. I'm really so blessed. I honestly am, because I've been looking. As a lot of you know, I was in construction for 15 years. I owned my own business, and I was completely burnt the fuck out. I hated waking up every morning and going to construction. I really did. So I've been looking for a way out. My mushroom business isn't to the point where it's going to be, working, pay for me full time. And plus, my intention was always to hire an employee to take care of, the aspects of the mushroom business if it ever gets to that point. But man, yeah, this job fell in my lap like a dream come true. I can make, I have an awesome boss, and sometimes that's the way it happens. Sometimes not giving up and pursuing other adventures in life, and not having that fear of failing is maybe something that kept me going. So yeah, I'm definitely going to stay with this company for a while, and there's a lot of opportunities with them. Like I said, I have an awesome boss. You even saw what he said in the comments on my post. I'm just very thankful today. So I'm thanking you guys with giving me away a bottle of lion's mane, and I love hearing how it changes your life. And again, if you win these, I know a lot of people message me asking me, where do I post my winnings? I'm definitely not a podcaster that cares if you post your winnings. You don't have to do that. You're welcome to. I'm not going to get offended like some other podcasters have said about, I don't do this to promote, to like, hey, if you don't post, I'm going to remove you as a follower, so. You don't ever have to post your winnings. I do this because I'm trying to educate people and change your life as an individual. I'm not trying to, have you guys stroke my business's ego with, posting something about it. So just remember that. And if you do want to post it, you're welcome to post it to the Great River Mushrooms group site. That there is a group page as well. Or you can just tag me in it, tag me in your post and just post about it. But, I will never get offended if you don't. I just appreciate y'all. I'm really just trying to spread some positivity, and even if I don't, get anything back in the process, it's fine with me. What's going on, Tracy? How you doing? Chuck, I hope you're having a good day as well. Tracy Cobb, how you doing? I'm giving away a bottle of lion's mane tonight as well. Again, I don't have any of the bottles, but this is actually my personal bottle, so I have my own. All my medicine I make myself are in these little 16-ounce jars. I have them in my kitchen. And I make 4 of my own medications now myself, my herbal medicines. And then I take 1 probiotic that I actually buy from Amazon. It's really interesting when you start making your own medication. And then I also share it. I have a roommate now, and I share it with her. And it's actually helping her life too. I kind of took it in two homeless friends in recently. One of them has found a place in the Salvation Army, and I had a female friend who she was literally going to end up homeless. She's living here now, and her life is getting a lot better. And I have the room for that. I just didn't have the room for my other friend who became homeless. So all of a sudden, like a couple weeks ago, I had 2 homeless friends living here, and now I'm down to 1. And they're both. Life's getting better. I just wanted to. I couldn't see to have either one of them homeless. when I have an extra room in my house. But another friend, he is in the Salvation Army. He now has a job. He now is working overtime at this job, so he's making a lot of good money. And it sounds like he's on the fast track to better days. That Courtney kombucha is a great thing, but it is also very expensive. And man, if kombucha was not expensive, I'd definitely buy it more. But it also may be a little too hardcore for my gut, because kombucha is really hardcore. I like sauerkraut more when I want to take something similar to that, because I love sauerkraut, and I'll eat that all day. I'll cook it first, then eat it. But I have tried kombucha a little bit in the past, and it's one thing was it's very expensive, and two, it did give me a little bit of a stomach ache, and I thought maybe it was too strong for me. Need a Scooby. All right, well, thank you for that. I don't know if it's more affordable to make, but I don't even know what the ingredients are. But isn't it made out of seaweed? Or maybe I'm pretty ignorant with kombucha, but what is it made out of again? Yeah, I think I've watched a TV show about it too. I watch a lot of docuseries on how it was made. I think that's actually the show is called, and that's where I actually find a lot of this information. Not too hard to make, huh? Hey, Star, how you doing? Was I supposed to ship Turky Tail? You got me confused, Valerie. Did I miss something? Was I supposed to ship lion's mane? Did you win that on another show? And that's why I started writing it down. So now I got everything in here now, but I don't have that, Valerie. You have to remind me, because I feel like at the beginning of this week I forgot something, and I really remember that Sunday night. I feel like I forgot to mail somebody's giveaway, and maybe it was yours. But I have, like I said, I got on Sunday. I made this document now that I actually write everything down a little better, track it out. We ordered both. I only saw one order on there. Let me look again. I'm here on the dashboard of my website. If I missed that, that's wild, because I recheck everything 3 times. Hey, Valerie, I only have one order here. I don't think you must not have pressed the other button. Nope, there it is. Yep. See, that's what happened. You got the Turky Tail for free. So I noticed that yesterday that there was an error on my website. They had changed it to $0 for the Turky Tail, and I didn't even do that. So it was literally, it gave you the Turky Tail for free. So when I actually do my orders, I look at the amount. I saw $18, and I thought that you had only ordered one. So that's how that happened. I made the change yesterday. So really, you only paid for one of them, but it says that you ordered 2. So maybe we'll have to reorder the Turky Tail, and I'll give you the coupon to get free shipping, so you don't have to pay for the shipping again. But that's what happened, Valerie, and I noticed it yesterday, and I think that was on my website for like 5 days, where it showed my Turky Tail was $0. So if you ordered it, basically gave it to you for free. But I'll get that out to you tomorrow. I apologize for that. But I do know, I see the order, and it says it gave you the Turky Tail for $0. Yeah. Interesting. I don't even know how I did that. I must have pressed the button one day, and all of a sudden changed or something. But there were some errors last week with GoDaddy website too, where I couldn't get on my website. We'll figure it out, Valerie. I apologize for that. I need to look at the words better too. I sometimes look at the price. I'm like, all right, that's one bottle, and then I see the lion's mane, and I move on. My eyes move on. Fermented black tea. That's really what it is. Interesting. I'm always down to try new stuff because it's more affordable than buying at the store. If you buy at the store, it's like $4 for your little 16-ounce bottle. Well, thank you, Orpheus. I appreciate it. Yeah, one thing about working hard is it actually make you come out of your shell. And I see that people even who lift weights are like, I have a friend who is a former kind of alcoholic, and he started lifting weights. And he was like, man, I don't know why lifting weights just make me feel so much better and making me feel like myself again. I'm like, that's because, working, actually physically doing things can make you feel better. And I'm glad I got back to work this week. I feel like my brain is maturing because of that. And our brains do mature, though. When we actually do more physical work, our brain chemistry can change as well because we actually have more hormones that our body's producing to help us for mental health. So, and I see it with people like that, who were former addicts, former alcoholics, who turned to weightlifting, and then they kind of get addicted to weightlifting, which is a good kind of addiction to have. But they all say the same thing, that it makes them feel good. Working out can make you come out of your shell, working hard. I'm done being creepy. I am a Cancer, Orpheus. My birthday is July 19th. But yeah, you're right, Debbie. Either way, Valerie thought the postage was all that, yeah. Well, yeah, whatever one you didn't get, I'll get to you, Debbie, or Valerie. But again, don't order it until I give you that ticket to get free shipping, so you don't have to pay shipping twice. I'll ship it at my own cost because that's my own fault, and the website's fault. Yeah, next to no cost, really. Interesting. I love things that are made by nature. And then why do they charge so much, Courtney? Why, if it costs nothing to make, why are they upping it like 400% in price? I hate when companies do that. I'm like, can't we all just make your good profit margin? Like, why do we have to make these ungodly profit margins that companies have? Feel like, hey, you got a product, give it a good 50 to 80% profit margin, you'll be fine. And then they're like, no, 500% profit margin. We paid 10 cents to make it, but let's charge $4. That's what we're charging the customer. Yeah, the goal is good and dwarf. Oh, you're actually a day before mine, huh? Interesting. And the truth is, some of my really good friends are actually Cancers, so I actually get along very well with Cancers. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing, but you're supposed to get along with Cancers very well. But I have 2 Cancer friends that I've had for a long time in my life. Extra strong, extra fermented. Birthday neighbors for sure. I'm sure they were brought it out. Well, I hope not. They'd have to have the name Dan if they're gonna have to buy me out. Eventually, we'll probably make a song for that too. Maybe I need to contact E Freezy and be like, make a song from Dan the Mushroom Man. Because actually, the name came from there was a guy called in my area, and I actually was friends with his daughter. He's called Dan the Autoglass Man, and he had these commercials that ran on TV, and they were all he was all about fixing cars. He had a little shop, and he actually became really popular because of that name. Like, when you see a catchy thing, commercial in your area, after 10 years, it kind of becomes a thing in your area. So it really helped his business grow, just having a catchy slogan or a song. It was actually a song he had in the commercial, and it was pretty good. And somebody locally had known that guy. It's one day called me Dan the Mushroom Man. They remembered that commercial as well, so it kind of stuck. They're Pisces, huh? Did I say that right? Pisces or Pisces? Pisces. Interesting. I usually resonate more with women cancers, I will tell you. I have a lot more empathy than most men, and that's why I find it harder to connect with men. And as one of my really cancer friends actually says, she thinks that I have a lot more female friends to make up for the lack of mother that I've had in my life. So it's really interesting that a lot of my closest friends are females and are cancers as well. And it totally makes sense that I find, that a lot of people, I know there's other men out there that they find a lot, they find a lot more comfort in female relationships than male relationships. O'Reilly Auto Parts, yeah. 20th of March. Dan the Mattress Man. Oh, that's interesting. I like hearing all these, these local things in your area that, I would never see a commercial. Sold a lot of mattresses. Yeah, it's pretty easy when you have the name that that rhymes with something else, like old Dan Man. Yeah, you can make a lot of different slogans, but with any business really. It only takes so much bourbon and farting. Yeah, and the one thing that I've lived with a man and I've lived with a woman, and I will tell you 100% that it's easier to live with a woman than a man. Now that I have a female roommate, I just kicked a male roommate out about 2 years ago, but we were not getting along. But at least females want to talk it out. Men just want to fight, and once you fight with a man, it's kind of that friendship can't be saved. But at least the women are a lot more willing to talk about your issues. And a lot less burping and farting, I would suppose. But I guess I have lived with a woman, but that was in a relationship. That was actually my girlfriend, and that was a long time ago. The only time I ever lived with a woman when I was 19. I had lived for about 2 years. You can't stand living with a woman. Well, don't you have a husband you live with? I think that I can find that reasonable. I think it would be a lot harder for women to live with women, although I know that some live together, but most friends are men. Women are too sensitive, and I'm a Cancer. Interesting. It probably all goes back to our childhood. That's where I say all of what we seek in life, our friendships are all based on something that happened in our childhood. And I understand why I seek, relationships and with friendships with women more than men. It's based on what happened in my childhood. Yeah, our empathy too as well. Smoking and choking and nerd roping. Awesome. I'm going to give away, we're about approaching, I haven't even hit my marijuana yet, guys. I actually told you to to load up your bowls. And I loaded mine up 45 minutes ago, and it's still sitting here. I'm failing, guys, but thank you for reminding me, Paul. Here's to you, Paul. Nerd roping, smoking. Safety meeting, right? My sign, probably you were asking Courtney, mine's a Cancer. The most intriguing thing is my mother actually had a choice when I was born. I was born at basically midnight between July 20th and July 19th. And nobody was looking at the clock. So they gave my mom a choice of to pick which day was my birthday. So she chose July 19th, and so I was born at 11:59, a stroke before midnight on July 19th. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't a full moon, but I never did look. But it would not surprise me if it was a full moon too. Came into the world in a different way. Yeah, but I was born in the '80s too. Like nowadays, there would be a lot easier to tell. Like, and what is it when you're born around midnight? What is actually your date of birth? Is it when you actually come fully out of the womb? Is it when your head comes out? Like, what actually is called? When does birth actually happen? What time? I'm assuming when the baby is fully out, that's when I would consider a birth complete. And then they look at the clock. Did somebody announce the time? They should do that. I know in the movies they do time of death when somebody dies, like in these old operator movies, ER. They should do the same thing when the child's born. Time of birth. Announce it out loud. And I'm sure there are some hospitals that do that. Hospitals in the '80s, nobody had cell phones, so you had probably one clock on the wall. Maybe there wasn't one in every single room either, and somebody had to be looking at that clock if you didn't have a watch on. 4:20 most likely here. That's funny. Yeah, I'd like to meet some people who were born on 4:20, but I'm sure there's a lot of them out there. Yeah, it's when you're born, like all the way out. Gotcha. We're supposed to know our date of birth as men? Is that what you mean? I don't know. I always knew mine because it was always an interesting time, in the fact of the story of how I was born. My mom said she, got to choose what day was my birthday, which is a big deal. That day you actually choose, can make a huge difference in somebody's life, because there are many times where I would do something on a certain, go on a float trip or go out to eat on a certain day. I mean, whatever the interactions you would have that night would change based on what day you went. So, that decision, can have a profound effect down the road on somebody's life, just the day you picked your birthday. My mom had to make that choice. And I always remember that. I'm like, well, you would have gone out to eat on July 20th this day instead of the 19th. You would have encountered different people. Maybe you would have gotten in a car accident and got killed. Like life could have been different just based on that. Oh, you actually don't really know? Oh, I thought everybody knew. But I guess I just know because, like I said, that weird time. Yeah, it should be on your birth certificate. I actually had a baby blanket too that my grandmother made that actually has a sewed on it. So I have a permanent kind of birth certificate. It was like a birth certificate she made out of a blanket, and it showed my name, my full name, my birth weight, everything about your stats when you're born. It should be on your birth certificate for sure. Too much weed and hadn't been asked enough. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I have no idea what time my brothers were born though, so I can't remember everybody in my family. But I have two brothers as well. And I think they were just born at normal times in the afternoon. Let me for 1 hour here, bring the screen up bigger. And we'll give away this bottle of lime man. I might actually give away this other thing I was giving away the other day. I'm trying to think. I think they are still available. Let me just make sure before we give another one away. Yep, they're still available. All right, we'll have one more giveaway after this too, so stay tuned. We'll give away the Slimes Man. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll hit that hashtag. And then we're gonna give away a little crystal pendant too, spread a little positivity for the rest of this beautiful week. You beautiful people out there. And also, we'll sit here and talk about a little bit more about this Colorado issues. This happened today. I kind of wanted to talk about as well. Legalization of magic mushrooms is happening in Colorado, and they just issued some new rulings on how they're going to facilitate some of these places. These legal places where you can take psychedelics in Colorado. Psychedelic healing centers, they're going to be called. So it sounds like it's not, and we'll actually go over, here's a whole list of things too about what it takes to get your license in Colorado to grow psychedelics. And I love the way they're legalizing there because it sounds like they're having a more open market. I know a lot of you that live in Illinois, you know when we legalized cannabis, you had to have millions of dollars to even legitimately think about starting a business with cannabis in Illinois. That was one of the worst things about legalization in Illinois was the fact that these companies from Colorado came into Illinois with millions of dollars and, funded some of these facilities that actually grow the cannabis instead of internally growing our own, funding companies that are homegrown. Didn't really happen in Illinois because of that. So I like the fact that Colorado is when you do more of like an open market facilitator license where you allow people to apply and you don't have a shitload of money. You kind of open up the market more to people to not like what happened in Illinois, to having homegrown companies that eventually will open up in Colorado that facilitate these places where you can take mushrooms. And all these laws are going to apply. Like if you grow mushrooms, you're going to have to go by these specifications. You're going to have to get it tested. So it's not going to be like a free-for-all black market. There's going to be stipulations still. It's all very interesting the way Colorado is having this go down. And there was some news today about it. So, well, anyway, let's hit this hashtag. Anybody else want to get in it? Give it that 5 second. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Got 30 entries in. Oh, Valerie, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Well, it looks like I'm shipping you 2 bottles. Congratulations, Valerie. Apparently, the universe is helping you out for me making a mistake even more. So that's awesome, Valerie. Congratulations. Are you still here? Yes, she is here. There you go. So it looks like, Valerie, I'm going to have to ship you 2 bottles tomorrow, which is fine with me. I already was shipping to you anyway. Like, congratulations. I'm going to cheers to that. Cheers, Valerie. Also, Valerie, I was missing the lion's mane in your order, correct? If you'd like to just make it 1 large bottle, I can do that too. So I can send you 120 capsule bottle, or I can send you 2 separate ones. Just let me know if it was the lion's mane I shorted you on. That's fine. It was okay. Just let me know if you like 2 bottles or 1 large bottle. I know some people like 2 separate because sometimes they give it to somebody else. So. What's going on, Cool Kelly? Stars back again. All right, let's get this other hashtag away. We'll make this hashtag spread positivity. Where's that dang giveaway? But again, let's give a nice warm congratulations to Valerie Thompson on a winner there. Congrats winning that bottle of Lion's Mane. Again, we're one of the few podcasts that gives away products that are good for your health, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. And I like being that guy that does that. Give away some herbal supplements that, not only, help you change your mind and help change your brain and everything inside your body. To spread positivity. Couldn't get the internet to work. Oh gosh darn it. Usually the best thing to do is just reset your modem. And then usually it works. Hey Debbie, how you doing tonight? Did I spread positivity right? I did. Sounds like a word again. I think I spelled it wrong. I think that's the anxiety, doubt, and lounge spelling. We can see you, Rose. Rose, that means you can enter in the contest too. Oh, you didn't spell it right. Oh, that's why it looks funny to me too, because I looked at your word and then realized, oh man. Now I see it. Well, now you know. Make sure you fix that word there. That Courtney right there. 103rd graders. Oh man. Just hopefully they don't turn the heat in the auditorium, man. That's the worst. Like who's ever turns the heat on an auditorium that's packed full of people should lose their job because it gets really hot in there then. Hopefully you don't go too crazy, Star. I've been there before. I remember in the middle, it was like 95 degrees. It was. I have a daughter, and she's actually 22 years old. She's not really a kid anymore, but this was a long time ago. And she was in the recital in this really hot gymnasium or auditorium in this old school that didn't have AC. But my gosh, it was so hot in there. I should have canceled it, that's for sure. But 100 people in there, in a place that had really crappy air conditioning on a really hot day. You get that many people around and all that body heat starts cranking the temperature of the room. Well, that's good. I just took some Lion's Mane. I definitely feel it. I can always tell when my gut breaks it down and it starts to hit my brain. And as my words start to come together a little smoother, my creativity kind of goes up a little bit, and I'm able to focus a lot more on what I'm actually doing. And I ran out of Turky Tail capsules, my own, so I have to make some tonight. And we're going to give this thing away, and then I'm probably going to get off here and join maybe Gabe's live and make some capsules. But we'll have to do, we got to make some more Turky Tail capsules. They're not myself, and I'm out of my inventory. But we are about to one of the improvements I'm about to make in my business is we're about to get a 400 capsule machine. And right now I have a 100 capsule machine that can make 100 capsules in about 8 or 10 minutes. And we're going to upgrade to a 400 capsule machine that can do it in about that amount, 10 or 12 minutes. We'll be able to do 400 capsules in, in about the same amount of time. And it's really going to help improve the amount of capsules that I can have and sell and everything else. Like I said, you'll be seeing a lot more sales on different items every week because of this new tool that I'm buying. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be able to make, capsules, 1,200 capsules, what would have taken otherwise an hour and a half, and we're going to be able to do that in 30 minutes. Cut down a lot of productivity time, and that's always good in a business aspect, especially when I'm doing this on the side. My mushroom business is something I do in the evening when I'm off work. It's worked really well because my business is in my house, and it's basically 2 rooms. We got my garden, and then we have this room I'm in right now, which is I have all my equipment in here, and everything it takes to run the business is in this room I'm in, as well as the kitchen too. We can't forget the kitchen. So without a kitchen, I'm not able to make a lot of my products. So, the true dream is eventually move into another place and have all this in one location. And, maybe that'll happen sooner than later. I never know what the future holds, but that is the ultimate goal. And that's more of a down the years project, but we'll really see how this year goes. The sky's the limit, when you truly believe it is. And I truly believe that with Grey River Mushrooms and Herbal, that the sky is truly the limit. There are a lot of products that I now produce that have a lot of potential to be, as I call it, the carrier of the company. It's usually a company will produce many products, but there'll be one product that can kind of carry the weight of the whole company, and I have a few of those. And, it'll be really interesting to see how it all plays out, especially with the soup. Getting the soup into a grocery store would be a huge accomplishment. Sorry, I'm falling behind on my comments. It's good to hear you doing peachy as well, Debbie. But that the mushroom soup, that's something that could literally carry my whole company. And I still always want to be the guy that's at the farmer's market. But man, if you get into a grocery store, you're talking mass production of a product that can be moved across various states. And the goal is to eventually get into Hy-Vee. And if anybody who lives in the Midwest knows how big Hy-Vee is, they have a very strong hold in Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. And locally, I have connections in my local area. In fact, I have connections with the company I work with. My boss with the roofing company worked for Hy-Vee for 15 years, and he knows some upper management. So I'm hoping to be able to use that connection as an opportunity in the future. Wonderful time saver, right? Yes, Turkey Tail capsules, Dolores. This is the Turkey Tail, which is basically, it's really good for immunity boosting. It actually has a special, I'll have brochures on it. Like I said, I'm still learning. And my website actually has really a lot of information about it. So actually go to the website real quick and I'll explain it more. Let me move this hashtag down to here so we can actually share the screen. And what we'll do. Did I spell that right? Spread positivity. We're going to put that on the right there. And I'll take you to the website and I'll show you there what actually Turkey Tail is. Because, man, what I put on the website is great. Great explanation of what Turkey Tail is. And I always send people there so there's so much stuff on there. So don't be offended if you message me asking for, about Turkey Tail and I send you to the website, because the website has way more than I can ever explain. And let me make sure I bring that up. I did not. Give me a second. We are over here at the website at Great River Mushrooms. You bring that up bigger. There we go. Awesome, boy. And all right. But the website is here, and you can basically, it's pretty easy to use. Like I said, go to shop now, and they'll usually have the 3 most popular products on top, the lion's mane. Let me turn that volume down so that song. There we go. Uh, and then you can basically pick the product too. So if you go to herbal medicine, you can see all the herbal medicines we offer. But the turkey tail's there, elderberry syrup. Basically, any kind of medicine that's good for your health is going to be in that herbal medicine. We'll eventually have. Let me make sure you can see that. Yep, you can see it. Eventually, have in that column, we'll have herbal medicine for pets. That'll be another product we'll have down the road. But then it also goes into different other aspects here on the side screen that you can press on, like grow supplies, CO2 products. And we are still working on that. I know that was one of our popular products, was the CO2 bag that I sold. And we will eventually be offering that again. I have to do some more experimentation on that because I had a lot of people that loved buying that CO2 bag, but I could not produce it consistently at the same time every time. So I had to do more. Need to do some more research into how to effectively make it more efficient and consistent every time. Because I want the product to be the same every single time you buy it. And if that's not happening, then I'm not going to offer it to the public as a product that I sell until I get to that point. Hey, Rasta, what's going on? Taking the nap. And again, I know you talked about that turkey tail, and you basically click on that turkey tail right here. Go to right here, and there all the information is right here. And there's actually a ton. You can see I kind of have an explanation of everything aspect. It's packed with antioxidants, boosts immunity, anti-tumor, increased exercise performance. There's actually a study that says it can actually reduce fatigue. So it's really good for exercise performance as well. Improved gut health, reduced inflammation, lower blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes. So, and I kind of explain in detail of how that actually works. Like the turkey tail also contains some really complex things from nature that are really beneficial to your body. So, like the website I always said, go check it out. GreatRiverMushrooms.com. It's always easy to remember. Just remember my company name, and then just add the .com after it, and remove the and herbal. So GreatRiverMushrooms.com, and you'll find out all the information about the product, so that you can actually know what you're getting and where you actually buy it. And again, you can go also to the herbal medicine and see. If you go to the lion's mane, you can see we have 10 different reviews on the lion's mane, and you can actually read through those as well and kind of see what they do and how they help other people as well. So, and if you have bought my lion's mane or my turkey tail, even if you have gotten it for free, please leave a review on the website. We will eventually be offering a more discount code for people who have left that. So even if you leave a review, I will eventually get back to you with a review, a code you can use to get a discount. So I appreciate all those reviews, and I'm still working on doing something more effective to where I can where we can leave those reviews. But I know a lot of people have left them on there, and I truly appreciate you doing that, because it helps people get to my website, and then it helps them realize, hey, this guy is legit. Somebody bought from him 2 weeks ago, and they got the product. That's a lot of people are scared of that. They don't want to get ripped off. So it really helps legitimize my website. Back again. Spread that positivity for sure. What's going on, Oz? Enter that hashtag spread positivity. We're gonna give away another little crystal for somebody to hang on their mirror in their car. But I hope it was a good nap, Rasta, as well. I finally did my first episode of the Mushroom Lounge, Rasta. It only took me a week. But again, also the size is on here too. You can go to the size, select 60, 120. And I also, people who want to pay cash, you can also check out and collect cash at the end, and then you can pay me with Venmo or Cash App. I know people are always weary to enter their information into the website, your credit card information. But I do assure you that GoDaddy is 100%. They have a security system that is one of the best. So they've never been hacked. So if you do use their credit card system, it is very it's very safe. In other words, And I've read a lot more into that as well. Their system they use, you can put your credit card information into when you would do order stuff. Because you always want your information to be safe. That's one thing we want, nowadays. Somebody to not hack our information or sell to somebody else. Yeah, and then like the reviews here. Also, I need to tell people more often as well. I do offer 20% off, and maybe I need to put this on my website. 20% off for veterans, 20% off for cancer patients, 20% off for anybody 65 or older. That is something that will do for the rest of my life, the rest of the time I do business. Those three kinds of people will get a 20% discount. Please just message me for the discount, and I'll give it to you. I don't like to put it out there because people will abuse that. So definitely, I want to make that more known too. And I know some of my sponsors will talk about that more as well. 20% off if you're a cancer patient. Or a caregiver as well. So if you're a caregiver and you're buying this product for a cancer patient, let me know as well. I'll give you 20% off. As you see, I'm a veteran myself, and that's on the website too. And I need to put that on there as well as that discount. So, and if you can also message me on the website, and I need to get better at using my phone to message you back, because I know people message me on there, and I'm struggling to use my phone to message back, and I have to use my laptop. GoDaddy has a lot of safety protocols they use. I like the safety protocols, but sometimes they're complicated when you're on your phone trying to message somebody back. I appreciate it, Oz. I appreciate it. Oz, I think did I give you the discount the other day? I can't remember, but I gave it to two people the other day, and the local guy, he picked the bottle up. He lives local to me, and he got a bottle of Lion's Mane for $10.40 with that 20% discount. So, you can get that's very affordable medication that can help you a lot. That's a whole month supply for $10.40. That's like 3/4 of a coffee from Starbucks. Pretty affordable. And that's really what I like to offer. I have to make money to keep my business going and to make it, but I like to be at a price where people can afford it, And I know there's people out there who are cancer patients who struggle financially. It's expensive. If you survive cancer, but hey, you have $500,000 bill. That's the world we live in nowadays. So obviously, money is a struggle for people who have cancer. And even if you have insurance, it's still they don't cover everything. But cheers again. I'm gonna smoke some of this awesome Turple strain I got growing that just started curing. Heck yeah, Paul. Much appreciated. Basically, I'm sorry to hear you're going through that. I wish I had more FICO too. I am currently out of FICO, but I am working. By summer, I hope to have a constant supply. Not summer, May, constant supply of more FICO for cancer patients, and I'll be also giving away a lot more of it for free because I like to help more people. I just couldn't make enough of it, and I really like to give away 2 tubes a month, and then go from there. But I'll get better at that. I'll get better at it. Oh, darn it, in the school parking lot. That didn't stop me from smoking in high school. 14-year breast cancer survivor. That's awesome. I mean, not awesome you got it, but that's awesome that you survived it, beat it, and now it's been 14 years. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. To blow my nose. You guys are making me tear up over here. And I'm thinking I'm having some allergies, but this weather from warm to cold, my upper respiratory system does not like it. It's like, will you just stay warm? And then we get all this humidity too. And then like the next day it's dead dry. And my upper respiratory system does not like that either. And I know some of you people out there can feel that humidity too. I prefer 60-70% humidity. That's really what I like. 70-degree temperatures. That's awesome. A new strain of cannabis? Is that what you're talking about, Joe? Just have to make sure I'm in the right. Yeah, this winter was long. It was a brutal winter. More or less for the fact I've been waiting like 3 months to start this new position that I had this week. And this new job, new position, along with the, a salary position is going to give me a lot of job security, and it's really helped reduce my anxiety. Really, I'm just going to make a lot of different changes in my life just with this new job. But it was a brutal winter, and I felt it too. The cold January. I don't think we saw the sun for 10 days in January in Quincy, Illinois. That was the saddest 10 days of my life. It really was. We didn't see the sun for 10 days. I don't ever want to go through that again. But we are approaching springtime. Literally, spring is one of my favorite times of year because you're reminded how beautiful everything is. Like the dead of winter, there's no leaves in the tree, not a lot of animals out. A lot of the animals go north. It's just it's not a lot going on. But the spring really reminds you of how nature just comes back. I think we get those thunderstorms that are always, if you like a good storm, you get them this time of year. We're approaching the time of the year. We just don't like to see tornadoes, but I do like to see some good old thunderstorms. Just with that rain and thunder in the middle of the night when you're going to sleep. But I think we all like that as humans. I don't know anybody who doesn't. As long as it doesn't get too crazy out there. No crazy rain. And again, let me bring that up. There's some other some reviews there. It actually takes from I think that's Facebook. Yep. So if you leave a Facebook review too, it also shows on the website. Although some of these aren't real reviews, but that's the bad thing about Facebook is I cannot remove any reviews. They don't allow me to. But so if somebody leaves a false review, but they left a 5-star review, so I'm like, whatever. They didn't talk about my company, but I'll take it, Facebook. And then somebody leaves a 1-star review. They're like, you can't do shit about it. But nobody has at least done that yet. Get a random 1-star review from somebody that has nothing to do with your company. Again, you can also go on here as well, and you can find out about, again, that what I was talking about the other day. So anytime anybody donates stars to my podcast, it's going to go to something called Fungi and Friends. And I'll play that promo here. I actually have a promo for Fungi and Friends. Let me play that real quick so you guys know what I'm talking about. Hey guys, it's Dan the Mushroom Man. Just wanted to remind you that if you donate
to those Facebook stars. All of those donations will go to Fungi and Friends school program at Great River Mushrooms and Herbal. And that school program is where we bring hands-on skills into the classroom to children and teach them about the fungi kingdom and the knowledge to grow those mushrooms. Again, learn more at the website greatrivermushrooms.com, folks.
And again, that is something that anytime you donate stars, that 100% of your star donations are going to fund this. And I've gotten about $16 so far. And I've only I actually activated my star account only two weeks ago. So I appreciate anybody who leaves stars. I know sometimes I don't see them because it's hard for me to maintain, educating you about mushrooms and then looking at my phone and seeing star donations. Sometimes the way my brain works is I spit knowledge and sometimes my brain just flows, and sometimes disturbing that flow isn't good for my brain. So if you do send stars, like I see some comments there that people have sent some stars, sometimes I don't see them, but I 100% appreciate it. I may not say it on the show, but let me look here again. And we got 3 people who left stars, and I appreciate that very much. And somebody just leaves stars. I gotta mute myself. There we go. Oh, Joe Kelly, thank you for the stars. Appreciate it. Abby sent stars. Rose sent stars. Oh, you're just saying who sent stars. Gotcha. Appreciate it, Rose. Awesome. Thank you for the stars. But I just want to remind you, when you donate it, that's going to that program. And we have I have my first thing I'm going to buy for that program, and it's basically a foldable flow, a portable flow hood. And basically this is going to allow us to inoculate things in a clean environment in a classroom setting. I have this huge equipment in my lab that you kind of use that weighs hundreds of pounds, and it would not make any sense for me to kind of haul around. So the first item I'll be buying is $110, and it's going to allow me to actually have the kids actually inoculate their own mushroom bag in the actual classroom. So that will be the first thing we buy with this money, and we'll eventually, have. I'm hoping it's probably going to be fall. I already have a location, the school, that will allow me to come in. I just have to coordinate it with them more. So any of these star donations is going to help fund that. I am also funding it with my own money, so even if I don't get star donations, it's going to happen. So, but they definitely help. They definitely will help me to fund that. And I love the name. I love the logo. The Fungi and Friends is actually a national initiative to actually teach children more about mushrooms. And again, we do not bring psychedelic mushrooms at all conversation into this education. This is completely gourmet. I always make sure the educators know that. There is never any mention at all in and I have a whole PowerPoint presentation that is more targeted towards the audience of children, Now I do have an adult-based class, and that PowerPoint presentation is slightly different. The conversations in those classes, we do talk more about psychedelic mushrooms, but not in a setting with children. So just because the adults do ask questions in the adult classes, about psychedelics, it's a very good question to ask, because especially with legalization happening, people are intrigued about it. Well, I appreciate it. Sorry, anybody's welcome to make a random donation too. If anybody ever sends a Cash App, just make sure you let me know what that money's for. And you can even put Fungi and Friends in the comments. I don't think that would be anything to get my Cash App shut down, but you never know. We're also going to start taking donations at the farmers market. I'm going to kind of post a sign about what we're trying to do with the Fungi and Friends, and get more monetary donations. Because we get this. I have one school, but I live in an area with probably a dozen schools within a travelable area. and this is a passion I had. I want to, kind of get into the classroom more. Man, it's only an hour-long course, a class. I kind of don't. This school that allowed me to come in is an open academy school, so they kind of they teach the children in groups between ages of 1 through 6th grade and 7th through 12th. And it's really intriguing, this method of teaching children, because the older kids will teach the younger kids, and then the younger kid. It's interesting, and the way that they teach is kind of a difference. It's called classical style of teaching, and it's really interesting. If you look into it and Google search classical learning, and they'll kind of explain it more. But they invited me with open arms into the school, and it's kind of the second year this school has existed, and they are growing in our community because people are more open to these kind of schools. They're kind of people who are tired of public schools but can't afford Catholic schools. That's where they fall in with these academy kind of style open classical learning schools. But very intriguing. I find it that any kind of different style of learning that works. I mean, when you see it, when the kids are passing tests, when they're learning, when they're actually, they have a class where they actually went out and they showed the kids how to plant in a garden. That doesn't happen at a public school. But it happens at this academy, and we're going to teach them how to grow mushrooms too. Eventually move into public schools. That's going to take a little bit more, because obviously they'll have to have but it'll happen. I don't doubt it. Again, hit that hashtag 2people, spread positivity. Don't forget to hit that love, like, reaction button as well. We've got 20 lovely folks in here. I appreciate you spending your time. Your beautiful Thursday night on the March 7th, 2024. And here's some of the pictures, which I was allowed to use. I asked them to use these pictures of the children. But this is the class I taught last year with kids. And you can see some of them there was one kid who was so intrigued, he would not quit asking questions. And you can see him actually in one of the pictures. He's just up there, like, so intrigued about everything. But pretty cool. We actually brought some of these mushroom blocks in there to actually show them, and then we pulled the mushrooms off, and they got to feel them and kind of see how they felt, and so it was really interesting. But yeah, that's what this whole program will. And this program is going to allow us to grow and actually have a better 1 hour session, I guess you would say, where we're actually getting hands-on, where the kids are actually bringing something home with something they made. So it would be awesome as that spreads more, and I get better at doing this. And there are other programs in the United States. Like I said, the Fungi and Friends is actually a national initiative to teach children about mushroom and how to grow them at home. So, and it actually teaches them the nutritional value of mushrooms too. So it's called Fungi and Friends. Like I said, that's the reason I chose the name as well. It's not a registered copyrighted name. It's more of a nationwide initiative, Fungi and Friends. And I think they have some literature too. They even have some literature I can download that kind of guide how to do a classroom and teach children about mushrooms. So I still have to download that and learn some of that stuff. Yeah, kids definitely need to learn more of it. They need to learn how to grow more and garden more, become more self-sustainable, and find nature. How you doing, Jane? Because we are disconnecting from nature at an alarming rate. Gardening is one of the ways, we can really connect with nature. And that picture set up with my picture there looks like those two people are standing right next to me right now. Kind of freaked me out for a minute. I was like, is somebody standing next to me? Yeah, you can send me. I have the educational classes for adults too, as well. I've had that, and there's pictures as well for that event. And I didn't get my pictures from the other one I taught, but this one I teach in 3 weeks. I will get a lot of more pictures. We will also have a live feed from that one in Macomb, Illinois on April 4th. April 4th. Is it April 4th? April 6th. April 6th in Macomb, Illinois, we'll have a live feed to that classroom where we teach. We're going to teach how to grow mushrooms and how to cook mushrooms. 2 separate classes. So as you can see in these pictures, I taught it 3 times now, and I've gotten it down pretty well on how to go through teaching people how to do it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Teaching kids and adults because we're both curious, we're both all curious. Again, let's hit this hashtag here. Let me bring that up again. I appreciate you all joining me again tonight. I was only expecting to go live about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we're about an hour 45 minutes. And let me go back to the hashtag. There we go. And again, this is my first episode of the Mushroom Lounge. And I had if you saw the intro at the beginning of the show, there was a nice little intro to that I have now for this. And it's called the Mushroom Lounge. And we'll have like different segments of it. Like we'll have the Mushroom Lounge live in the lab. And then we'll have the Mushroom Lounge live in the kitchen maybe. But either way, we'll all be talking about herbal medicine and mushrooms every time, kind of discussing it more. And that's really, really what I'm trying to do here. And again, we have that coffee time too on Sundays too. That's become a really popular show. You guys are really coming strong on that Sunday show. I appreciate all the love on that you guys are giving me and Rasta over there. I've enjoyed the time slot too. It's a very it's a morning where I'm very free, so I like doing it. It kind of gets me back into, because I do like podcasting, but I do have my limits with it. I only like doing it about 2 times a week. That's about my threshold. And when I go over that, I seem to get a little bit more anxious. So I'm kind of keeping it two a week, doing different things. Oh, Dave's here. What's going on, Dave? Hit that hashtag spread positivity, and I'm giving away a beautiful crystal you can hang on your mirror. I have a picture of it here. Let me bring that picture up of it. Now I work for that roofing company too. I have like 130 pictures of this roof now. That's my job, is to take pictures, load it into this system we have. But literally, my phone's going to be nothing but roofing pictures from now on. I got to remember to keep deleting them before I get way too many of them. Let's see if I can find it. I may have deleted the picture. Looking for that crystal. There it is. Bring my screen up bigger. So that's what we're giving away right now. We're getting this crystal you can hang on your mirror. It's actually pretty big. So get that hashtag spread positivity. Give you this beautiful crystal you can hang anywhere. Really, you don't have to hang it on your mirror, but got a little cool half moon down there, or crescent moon, I should say. Star hanging in it. Yeah, let's give away that spread positivity. I know a few of you have gotten it. I've been giving away like mad, and it's a beautiful piece. I think I've given it away 6 times now, and I think one person sent me a picture today, and I really liked it. So, well, Star, maybe you're gonna win it here. She's manifesting her win. Let me bring myself that hashtag back up. This is up here. There we go. That's too big. That's better. Spread positivity. We got 22 entries in that. What's going on, Rasta? I was just talking about us. I was just telling I appreciate everybody coming in and giving me and you some love on Sundays, and that I've really enjoyed doing it on Sundays. It's like a perfect time slot for me and very free, and really enjoyed it. The coffee time with Dan and Rasta. Oh, we have a lot of good conversations on that show. Oh yeah, I was going to actually talk about that too real quick. Let me bring that back up. And I was talking about this earlier, that Colorado issues draft rules for psychedelic healing centers. So these are going to be places where you can basically go and get therapy, mushroom therapy, and there's basically going to be licensed facilitators for people who can administer natural psychedelics for medicinal purposes. So here's what's happened. Released last month, needed to obtain a license to operate healing centers include being 21 years or older, showing proof of basic life support training, and no felony convictions, and completing 190 hours of training programs in natural medicine. There will be alternative paths for obtaining a license for people who have previous experience and training in natural medicine. So they're going to be opening healing centers where you can actually sell your mushrooms to, I assume, people who become licensed growers. You sell it to these licensed places where you can buy them. Psychedelic healing centers. So now they have, that's crazy. They have a whole office now called the Natural Medicine Division in Colorado. The state office created to oversee psychedelic therapy will be responsible for licensing and regulating healing centers, cultivations, manufacturers, and testing facilities, and will be overseen by the Department of Revenue. Well, that's interesting. So this story doesn't have a lot of information on it, but you can read into it more. The issue draft rules for psychedelic healing centers, and they're basically going to, it's legal there, but they're kind of writing more rules of how to facilitate it into the community. Basically, how would you go out to seek therapy? And I believe they're going to have these places, and we'll find out more as this process goes along. But that was some of the news released today. Let me see if I can search the web and find a better story. If you search Colorado magic mushrooms and go to the news, you'll see there are couples. Oh, there was a couple stories. Bill could legalize magic mushrooms for medical purposes in Illinois. It was released an hour ago, but that has happened a lot. There are bills that come up all the time that never ever leave the floor of the Senate. So it might be one of those bills again. We'll see what happens. A lot of these times people bring them up and then they just fail to pass anything. There's the story about Colorado. Well, there's not much stories there. Well, Google gave me a lot more off. But either way, laws are changing. We're going to have access to it. I'm probably going to try it myself someday. I'm going to go to Colorado and definitely try, something like that, because these are strong medicines that they have there. They are more controlled. You actually know what you're getting, and they've actually removed the mushroom aspect and kind of gotten the compound that you want. So you actually know how much you're getting of the actual psilocybin, which is the substance inside of the magic mushrooms that causes the whole psychoactive effect. So I totally like this. I hope that pharmaceutical companies don't get involved, and that this stays something between homegrown businesses that grow the mushrooms in Colorado, facilitate them to these other places for people to use. Because I don't think I like when homegrown companies are grown instead of these other companies, like pharmaceutical companies may come in with billions of dollars and try to, have different agenda on their mind, as we all know. But it's going to happen sooner or later where the pharmaceutical companies are getting involved, and they are definitely getting more involved in the dark side of this stuff. And it's not going to be pretty, but we'll see what happens in the next 7 years, 6 years, to come up to 2030, where everything will probably change by then. But man, the world's going to be a different place by 2030. I don't think people realize we'll be on the moon by then. We'll probably have legal marijuana and legal psychedelics throughout the whole nation, and we'll probably have some crazy AI technology. We'll probably be well on our way to figuring out fusion. Like, that's 6 years down the road, but the world is going to be a drastically different place in 6 years. And it'll be really interesting to see how it all plays out, how our whole world plays out. There's a lot of new technologies that are we're at a technology boom right now. That is like nothing else we've ever seen. And I try to pay attention to all the technology changes, but it's kind of hard to keep up. It's very interesting. Just made it legal here in Missouri for treatment of veterans. Yeah. And I know they've made it illegal in some states too, where if like somebody's dying of cancer and they have like a month to live, you can apply for a special permit to get psychedelic therapy. So there are a couple states like that as well, but it's only for emergency reasons. You have to literally be dying and not have a lot of time left. Hell yeah, Rasta, appreciate you too. How you doing, Nicole, Natasha, everybody else who's joining us tonight? Appreciate it. But I'm going to do a little cheers here. Spread that positivity, get in that hashtag. We got 23 people in it. And there'll be 2 people now. To the moon. That's where we'll end up. And we'll also, I need to do I'm going to do a podcast about the future of space, because I think people are kind of confused about why we're going out to space. And I think people don't realize that it's actually a good thing. And I kind of want to explain that more. And I saw a whole new video on YouTube the other day about it. A company that is totally devoted to mining space. And I talk about it all the time on my other space podcast about how mining space is the only way we'll save this planet. Because we need to go destroy something else. We'll never stop destroying this planet, but eventually we can go destroy something else that's not as pretty, like an asteroid. And asteroids have all these things that are very hard to find on our Earth that we destroy our planet to mine and find. And I really truly believe that the way we save our planet is to leave it and going out to space and mining it. And there was this YouTube video about a company that is developing the technology to go out to catch asteroids and mine them. And it was so intriguing. They actually they made this envelope. They basically caught the asteroid and brought it into this room in space, this envelope kind of system they had. And then they were able to mine the asteroid in a controlled environment. And they were basically going to catch the smaller ones. But man, it was intriguing, because I didn't think that that's the way they were going to go. I thought they would kind of try to grab it and then bring it somewhere else and then mine it. But it sounds like they're going to pull it into like an arena and then mine it inside of a room. So it's really interesting aspect to how they're going to do that. The planet will eventually maybe destroy us. Maybe, hopefully not a massive volcano. That would be the way it would do it. But that's why we're trying to spread positivity. Spread positivity for hopefully a good future. Also, a good thing to think about in life is the diamonds. We think diamonds are one of the rarest things in the universe, but actually there are way more diamonds. There are actually diamonds on planets that it rains diamonds. When it rains on some planets, it literally rains diamonds. Diamonds are so prevalent. They're everywhere in the universe. We found them on every planet in the universe, all over. And yet we have these trees. We don't, as far as we know, the trees are nowhere else in the universe. We've never seen trees on another planet. We've never seen heard of trees or seen fossils of trees. As far as we know, they don't exist anywhere else. But yet we treat diamonds, like a rare item when they're not, and then we destroy these trees. When the truth is, that tree that's out in the front of your yard is actually more rare than that diamond on your ring. Now, when you think of the bigger picture of things. But a lot of these asteroids actually have diamonds too. So if we ever start mining, make sure you check what precious metals you have. Because the minute we start mining in space, it's going to drastically reduce the price of rare items. Diamonds, if we start mining diamonds in space, obviously they're going to be worth a lot less. And we're like, well, we have a limited supply on planet X when the whole planet is just covered in diamonds, we'll basically have an unlimited supply at that point, and the price of diamonds will drop drastically. If we find gold deposits, silver deposits, magnesium, anything kind of that's a rare metal, the prices will drastically drop on our planet when we find them at other available places. But we're talking decades down the road. Make sure you're watching your 401k that day if you're invested in silver, and then they're like, hey, we found the world's, the universe's biggest deposit of silver on an asteroid, and you're like, well, shit. Silver drops like 80%. Those are more or less 20s and 30-year-old people will have to worry about that. And, a lot of these rare minerals when we start, figuring out how to mine them. But we have all this space debris floating around, all these asteroids. We might as well catch them, take use of them. But they're useless. They're basically leftovers from the creation of whatever the hell we are. And they just float around. And most of them are on the other side of Jupiter. And a lot of people, Jupiter gravity keeps asteroids away from us. I think it's Jupiter. So there's this huge asteroid belt of asteroids out there. And why not go out there and mine them and destroy those ugly looking things instead of our planet? So, at least that's how I think we can save the planet. And I know people see these huge space missions and all this waste of fuel and added CO2 to the atmosphere, but eventually it will pay off to bigger advances in technology that can help us save this planet. It's one thing, even though we are destroying this planet, one thing about humans is we evolve and we change. And when our backs are against the wall, we're really good at fighting back. And I truly believe that we'll develop technologies that will eventually help reverse the effects that we've done on this planet, but we're getting there. We're almost there. And I invite you to look into that too. There's a lot of interesting programs going on to help save this planet. There's obviously whoever can develop these technologies to help either remove debris out of the ocean or CO2 out of the air is going to be a gazillionaire, because governments all over the world will buy it. So there's a lot of cool companies out there that are evolving and trying to make awesome products that actually work, that are actually good for the environment. So small businesses will be the ones that save us in the future, because these are the people who have the minds and the creativity to create things that are out of the box that will actually save us too. And Elon Musk, I think he has $100 million to anybody who will develop a technology that will remove carbon out of the air. And I think there's actually a couple companies that did. But it's not very efficient yet, but it's the start of something. So basically these huge things that will actually suck carbon out of the air and then put it into a storage. So see what happens with that technology. Yeah, need to fix it or else. That's for sure. Actually, we need to stop mining all these precious metals, but we're all addicted to this thing right here. But we actually went and saw what happens to the planet when they mine these elements that are in our cell phones. It's pretty mind blowing. And like, look at the lithium mines. Lithium mines are very destructive to our planet, but they're very necessary. They're very necessary for even my profession. Lithium batteries. They're very powerful batteries, but the process of making them is so destructive. It basically just pollutes the planet as they process the lithium. And there's a lot of other things that we just destroy our planet too when we're mining it. But mining is one of the most destructive forces. Also, farming is too. Farming is very destructive, and we need to come up with better ways to farm because we're destroying the soil. So all this anhydrous ammonia, all the stuff they put in the soil it's not good. The overall sustainability of soil is that we're killing it. So I'm more about all organic. I hope in the future, and I never know. I don't have plans to do it, but maybe hopefully in the future, get into educating farmers about how mycelium growth can really help a farmer or your garden. Because mycelium actually helps nutrients spread around the soil. They actually are facilitators between nutrients of plants. Say, for instance, when one part of the field may lack nutrients, the other plants will send nutrients to those plants in order to help them survive. So they kind of work as a community, and then they exchange that for other nutrients from the plant in exchange for the nutrients. So it's all a whole system underground that works with mycelium and organic growing. So yet we're pumping all this anhydrous ammonia into the soil, and we are killing every ounce of mycelium. There's definitely no mycelium left in any of those farm fields. Fracking's terrible too, right? And I know that the government is they have programs now that are trying to teach farmers more about no-till farming and, not using harmful, pesticides, and, they're educating them more, but still not very loud, the voices of those programs. Because a lot of farmers are still going to the cheaper options of, anhydrous ammonia, and just destroy the soil, pump our own nutrients in, and say the soil is just a holding medium. When the soil is really what holds the key to growing good things. But that's not the way we treat it nowadays. We basically let's destroy the soil and then pump our own nutrients in and then grow it. No-till gardens all around here. That's awesome. And basically, what happens in no-till, once you till, and you can see it when we have droughts. So every time a farmer tills, that soil actually is a lot of the good nutrient soil is actually released into the atmosphere. It'll float up into the upper atmosphere and then fall down as rain, and that can actually move in hundreds of miles away. Or thousands in some cases in some areas of the world. But that's the effects of till farming is you're basically turns it into dust and it goes up in the air. And then you're just, there's a lot of other bad things about tilling. And but I also saw a farmer tilling his field. He caused a major accident in Illinois. And I don't know if a lot of you people remember that. There was a huge accident pile up between Jacksonville and I think Springfield, Illinois, a couple months ago, and it was in the fall, and it was caused by a farmer tilling his field. He created so much dust that the field that he had actually created a dust storm that had blocked the highway and then caused an accident. And I know the news story didn't talk about it, but I knew what happened. I could clearly see like it was a dust storm, but like it was a dust storm created by a farmer tilling his field. Because once he tills his field, it's just a bunch of dust. Yeah, it's always good to have a till, but you can also add mycelium when you till. And sometimes tilling is good to aerate your soil. But usually you do it like wetting it down, but obviously it's hard for a farmer to do that on a big scale to wet their field down before they till it. But if you like lay some water down and then you kind of till it, you can keep that soil down on the ground and keep that. So it's a lot easier to do when you're in a smaller, your little garden at home. But usually if you keep a lot of organic matter in or aerate your vermiculite, stuff like that, usually your soil is pretty loose anyway. And mycelium is definitely good for that. Mycelium will definitely aerate any soil. Yep, there are consequences. There may be consequences. You're right to mining asteroids. As far as we know, we don't know. We don't not aware of any consequences. A lot of these meteors have been in their orbit around the moon or the sun for millions of years, and they're basically space junk as far as we know. But who knows? Maybe if we take one of them out, they may like alter the trajectory of another asteroid. That's definitely a possible thing, and I'm sure I know they're looking into that. Because if you take one thing out of synchronization of a galaxy, it could kind of throw something else off somewhere else. So that's 100% could be possible. Pesticides drift to the plants, and man, that sucks. Pesticides drift somewhere else, and then they kill other plants people trying to grow. That was down by you? Dang. Hell yeah, for sure. That's for sure, Rose. For sure. Well, let's hit this hashtag. We got 26 people. And if anybody else wants to get in here, I'll give you one more minute. Let me write down these ones. Let me get a pen. So I don't forget who won. And our first winner was Valerie Thompson. She won that bottle of Lion's Mane. And this one is for the crystal. But I appreciate you guys all joining me tonight, sitting around talking about mushrooms and whatever else in life for 2 hours, 12 minutes. But we'll hit this hashtag, and then I'm going to get going on my night and spread some more positivity some other places, I guess. But I'm off tomorrow. I may do another live. I have to do some lab work tomorrow. So we may do live in the lab. I'm not sure yet. I definitely have a lot of work to do in there, and I'm changing a lot of things. Like I said, this new job has offered me the ability to kind of fund my serious hobby that's turned into a business. So I'm excited for those changes, and I kind of will be incorporating those even in the next few days. As I'm getting a new product that I use to colonize my mushroom mycelium. It's a more premium product, but it costs about triple what I'm paying for this other product, and it's a grain called rye berries. And right now I was using a whole wheat product, and whole oats. I was using whole oats, and I was having issues with contaminations. So I'm going to do more premium products that's more or less meant for mushroom growing, but it's a more expensive product. But I should have a lot less issues in the future, and that change alone is going to be a very positive influence on my business. But a lot of people don't know that microscopic organisms actually exist on a lot of berries. There's actually a species of black mold that only grow in grain. There's also some trichodermia that will be in grain. So whole oats has a lot more of those than rye berries. And one of the ways to actually kill it is you actually have to hydrate the grain and then at a certain temperature without splitting the grain open. And whole oats have a tendency to split more open than rye berries. So that alone should help a lot with my colonization of mushrooms without having issues with contaminations like I have been having. But I learned that myself the hard way. Sometimes you literally have to have, use a product that's can be a pain in the ass and actually learn more about why is this product doing that? Why is this product not doing it? So the learning process is ever going with mushrooms. That's why I like it. It's always a challenge. I've grown marijuana for 5 years, and I will tell you, growing marijuana has gotten old for me. It's not exciting as it used to be. And I started growing in 2016, and I was actually sharing a lot of knowledge in growing cannabis when it was illegal. I was the first one I know in my area to have a cannabis press, and I was showing videos of how to use it. And at that point, so I've been doing that for a while, and it kind of got old. And so mushroom cultivation is just a whole different world because there's just it's a constant, never-ending thing, and that I really like that aspect of mycology, and the fact that I could live another 40 years, and I would spend every day of the next 40 years learning about mushrooms, and I would never ever learn everything. So that's really why I find it intriguing. My bipolar mind finds that intriguing, and as I've discussed with Rasta, I actually get excited about life when I keep learning something new. So like every time I learn a new skill or I learn something new, my brain gets excited, and it makes me happy through the day. You're like, oh, I learned this today, but it keeps me happy. And it's good for your brain. Keep learning. So I still have a lot to learn. I always say that I only know 10% about mushroom mycology, but I still have 90% more to learn. I don't know if I can do that in 40 years, but maybe I can. I hope to live till I'm 80. Feeding that dopamine, 100%. All right, guys, we got one more person getting in there, Chris Harris. Let's hit that hashtag. Got 26 people in there. But good luck, everybody. Spread some positivity. Chris Harris, he's the last one who got in there last. Oh, congrats. You know what? That always doesn't work. But I've seen it work before. You get in the last hashtag and you win. But like I said, it don't work all the time. Congratulations, Chris. It's giving you a double one. Double applause. Chris, are you still here? And it'd be remarkable if you still weren't. Because you just commented 30 seconds ago. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for everybody joining us. And write your name down there, Chris. Chris, you weren't one of the ones who won the crystal last week, were you? I don't remember. If you did, you're going to be getting the same item again. But I mean, you can always gift it to somebody else. So you just got really lucky if you won it again. But I remember seeing your name for something a couple recently. I just can't remember what it was. I like giving away a lot of stuff, so I can't remember everything. Just because it makes somebody's day. Everybody likes getting a gift. So why not? You get some lion's mane or a nice little crystal that you can put on your mirror and be reminded of some positive things in life. Awesome. Well, now you're going to get another one, Chris. Gift it to a friend, spread that positivity. Man, you're on a lucky roll recently then. Winning twice. I get into these hashtags, and there was literally like 4 months went by where I didn't win anything. I won a Grow Fan box, and then like 4 months went by, I wasn't winning anything with hashtags. But it's all so random. Some people just can't win at all, and then some people go through some lucky streaks. But either way, that's the way randomness works. So if you actually took it over 100 years, it would probably be everybody would win all the same. Where can you get one of the crystal star? Well, I can send you the link. I actually get them on Amazon, so that when I ship them to people, I just ship them straight from Amazon. It helps save shipping costs. But yeah, I'll send you the link, Star. They're on a overstock sale, so you can get them pretty affordable. That's usually how I find these items. I find them small companies will get overstock on items and then sell them discount. You try to get rid of their over inventory. But let me bring that down there. But congratulations on winners tonight. Thank you all for joining me again tonight, and I appreciate that as well. We're going to end it here again. But again, I'm going to play this this little thing about if you donate stars. Again, your donations are definitely going to help to that Fungi and Friends. And we'll hit that little ad here again.
Hey guys, it's Dan the Mushroom Man. Just wanted to remind you that if you donate to those Facebook stars, all those donations will go to Fungi and Friends school program at Great River Mushrooms and Herbal. And that school program is where we bring hands-on skills into the classroom to children and teach them about the fungi kingdom and the knowledge to grow those mushrooms. Again, learn more at the website greatrivermushrooms.com, folks.
All right, guys. Don't forget to hit that love, like, reaction button before you leave. And I appreciate you all joining me tonight. So again, much love. And I will see you guys later. I'm going to end it here with the Great River commercial. So you guys have a great night. We'll see you guys later.